and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. Now this is an extra video I'm doing this month. So what I'm going to do at the start of every month, I'm going to give you a list of what's going on in Melbourne. So that's why this video is called September, because we are now in September. And it's interesting because quite a lot of the suburban based theatre companies have got shows on in September, and I will tell you what's on and then all the information about websites, etc. If you want to actually go to any of these, will be on my website, www.emilycat176.com. So that's where I'll put all the websites, and I am going to a few of these things myself. So we will start in the city itself, the CBD of Melbourne. The 39 Steps starts on the 10th of September until the 4th of October. And I have a ticket for that. It's an early Christmas present from my best friend, so I'm looking forward to that. The MSO, Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, they are doing the Whitlams with the MSO on the 5th and 6th of September, and then Mozart's Great Mass on the 18th to the 20th of September. The ACO, Australian Chamber Orchestra, are doing a musical awakening from the 4th to the 21st of September. Australian Ballet. Now the Australian Ballet, of course, at the moment is performing at the Regent Theatre because the State Theatre is in the second of 3 years renovations. Why they need 3 years to renovate this building, I don't know, but it's going to take 3 years. It's not going to be open until next year or the year after. So they're at the Regent, and they're doing Prism from the 25th of the 9th to the 4th of October. Hamer Hall is it's the concert hall. So if you ever look at a map of Melbourne, the State Theatre is the one that's got the big aerial on top, and then next door to it is a round building, and it's called the Concert Hall. And in there is Hamer Hall. They have Ray Chen on the 8th of September. Fairfax Studios, that's the home of the Melbourne Theatre Company. They have The Lark from the 3rd of the 9th to the 11th of the 9th. So they're the ones in the city. I'm mainly concentrating with this on music and theatres. So the suburban theatres and the suburban arts centres, the suburban theatre companies. Mordialloc Theatre, they perform at the Shirley Burke Theatre in Parkdale. They have Broadway Bound from the 4th to the 13th of September. Frankston Theatre Group have Emma from the 25th of the 9th to the 5th of October. They perform at a theatre in a high school, and it's really a nice theatre. I've been there before. The Round is a suburban arts centre in Nunawading. They have Chess from the 12th to the 21st of September. And then Nova Theatre Company are doing The Mystery of Edward Droon Broadway Revival. The 19th, it's the 12th of the 9th to the 27th of the 9th. I'd like to see that, but I can't. I'm so busy this month I can't see it, so hopefully someone else does that. What else have we got? Bunjil Place. That is a suburban arts centre in Narre Warren. It's a good one, that one. They have Michael Jackson, King of Pop, on the 7th of the 9th, and then DMT Fever, the songs of Peggy Lee. The Malvern Theatre Company. Now, Malvern Theatre Company, they perform in a church. There's a theatre in a church on Burke Road. The Humans, 22nd of the 8th, and it's on till the 6th of September. I've already seen 2 shows by Malvern Theatre Company. I saw the Potato Race one and then Macbeth. I'm not seeing any productions from them again, but if you want to go back and look, I did reviews on them. They're a good company. Heidelberg Theatre Company has Other Desert Cities from the 5th to the 20th of the 9th, and Essendon Theatre Company are doing Cosy from the 11th to the 20th of the 9th. And yeah, I've said Frankston Theatre, because there's Frankston Arts Centre and then there's Frankston Theatre. So they're the ones, as you can see, there's quite a few suburban theatre companies. They tend to do 3 or 4 shows a year. The smaller ones might do 2 or 3. I think with Malvern Theatre Company, I think this is the 4th or the 5th. And as I said, Mordialloc Theatre, they do quite a lot. I think Frankston Theatre Company, I think they might do 3. It all depends, you know. They've got to get the actors, they've got to get the directors and the lighting and all the rest of it. And it's whether they can put on shows as well. So there are a few things in there that I'm actually going to. As I've said to you before, like the Australian Chamber Orchestra, I tend to go to the Melbourne Chamber Orchestra, but they're out in the state touring. And Australian Ballet, I go to Melbourne Ballet, and I'm seeing them next month because I'm taking my sister to Melbourne, it's called Victorian Ballet production. So yeah, as you can see, there's lots on. I keep saying to people, the arts in Melbourne are thriving in the suburbs. I don't think people believe me at times, but they definitely are. So hopefully you will look something up and think, oh, I'd like to go and see that. I'd like to go and see all of them. As I said, that which one? The Mystery of Edward Drood. That looks really interesting, and I've checked and I can't go to it. I'm booked up with something else. So if any other theatre company in Melbourne wants to put it on and I'll come to it. but anyway, so as I said, I'll be doing this again in October and then November and December, etc. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. And I hope you're enjoying your week. I will see you again on Friday. See you then. Bye.